Nutrient Monday, everybody. If you're an athlete juggling training, work, and life, you need every strategic advantage. Subscribe and hit the bell to make sure that you get them. In the comments, hit me with a wave if you've ever felt stressed and wired instead of recovering after a hard week. And if this resonates, share it with your equally busy training partner. You master your macros, dial in your timing, and crush your workouts. But what if the biggest limiter to your progress isn't the gym, it's your nervous system? For athletes over 30, managing total stress is the final frontier. Today, we're moving beyond vitamins and minerals to a powerful class of herbs called adaptogens. This is about hacking your body's stress response to unlock better recovery, sleep, and performance. Adaptogens are non toxic plants that help the body adapt to physical, mental, and environmental stress. They work primarily by modulating the HPA axis, which is your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or your body's central stress response system. Think of them as a thermostat for your stress hormones. When stress is high and cortisol is chronically elevated, adaptogens like ashwagandha can help lower it. When you're fatigued and need a clean energy boost, adaptogens like rhodiola can help improve stress resilience without overstimulation. For the athlete, this isn't about getting zoned out. It's about achieving homeostasis, a balanced state where your body can effectively recover from training stress instead of being overwhelmed by it. This protects your gains, your sleep, and your immune system. Let's look at the two most researched adaptogens for athletic performance. A double blind, placebo controlled study published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found that men supplementing with ashwagandha root extract saw significantly greater increases in strength. The test exercises were bench press and leg extension, which are common in research studies. They also saw a significant increase in muscle size alongside a greater reduction in exercise induced muscle damage compared to a placebo. How? Research indicates that it significantly reduces cortisol levels and supports better sleep quality. Lower cortisol means a better anabolic environment for muscle repair and growth. For endurance and mental performance, look at rhodiola. A review in the journal Sports Medicine highlighted its ability to reduce feelings of fatigue and improve cognitive function during stressful, fatiguing tasks. It's believed to work by optimizing neurotransmitter activity and supporting cellular energy production. For an athlete, this can mean sharper focus during long training sessions and better resilience during high volume training phases. You might benefit from exploring adaptogens if you, one, feel chronically wired, but also tired, or have poor stress resilience. When my systemic inflammation was at its highest, this is exactly how I would describe myself. I was wired, almost nervous, like my system was on high alert. I was breathing hard, my breathing rate was very high, and my resting heart rate was also very high all the time. But I was simultaneously chronically exhausted. There were times when I was working and I would wake up not knowing that I had fallen asleep for 2 hours or more. And I was just sitting on my couch with my laptop on my lap. This was at the worst. Now, this doesn't happen anymore. I have changed several lifestyle factors that manage my inflammation and my chronic inflammation and my systemic fatigue. But this was something I experienced heavily. So I worked a lot on lowering my overall chronic inflammatory lifestyle. If you are experiencing something like that or something similar, you may want to explore adding adaptogens to your normal lifestyle and your normal routine. Two, another reason you may look at adding adaptogens to your lifestyle is that you struggle with sleep quality despite being so exhausted. Again, this was me. I used my Whoop, and you could tell that my stress level was always incredibly elevated while I was sleeping, meaning my system never calmed down. And then three, you go through periods in your life of very high training load or high stress. This would be something, again, that would encourage you to include adaptogens in your life in general. Now, you can't get a clinical dose from culinary use, so intentional supplementation is key. Now, This means that there aren't really any foods that have therapeutic levels of ashwagandha or rhodiola in them, but they are very easy to get and fairly inexpensive, and you can get them pretty much anywhere. The holistic way to get them that is not through food is ashwagandha powder. It has an earthy taste. You can mix it into milk or any other liquid that you drink regularly with cinnamon before bed, or you can blend it into a post workout smoothie. This would be great with tart cherry juice, which we have discussed is something to add to help with your sleep. And it could be something definitely to help your nervous system wind down when it doesn't need to be elevated. And then the second one is rhodiola powder. It is more bitter. It is best taken in capsules or tincture form, just because a full dose of powder in something will overtake the flavor. Now, there is a supplemental path which is recommended for dosing. It's very similar to the holistic path because we can't get therapeutic amounts from food. So, standardized extracts ensure that you get a consistent research backed dose of the active compounds, like withanolides with ashwagandha and salidroside from rhodiola. Ashwagandha dose, you're looking at 3 to 600 milligrams of a root extract, typically once or twice daily, often taken with food. And then there's the rhodiola dose, which is 200 to 400 milligrams of an extract, usually taken in the morning or before training. Avoid it late in the day just because it is energizing for some. Now, right now, do not take rhodiola supplementally or otherwise. So I cannot give you anecdotal evidence as far as how it'll affect your system, but some people do report that it does make them energetic and their brain gets going. So you might want to take that earlier in the day if that is something that you choose to use. And then you want to cycle them. So 8 to 12 weeks on, 2 to 4 weeks off to maintain effectiveness. It is not a drug, but it is something that your brain will get used to, particularly with neurotransmitter regulation. So, just like with any other drug, you may have to take more and more of a dose to get the same effect. Instead, just cycle on and off of them, and you will be fine. There are no real side effects to using them. Because quality and standardization are paramount, I'll include a link in the description to a high quality standardized ashwagandha supplement I trust. And as always, you'll find a vetted product linked in the description box. So in any of the Nutrient Monday videos, just go to the description box. You'll be able to find something that is easy to find and will get delivered right to your house, and one that I either use or have vetted via use through others. Now, all of this information fits our philosophy perfectly. Adaptogens are sophisticated tools for managing systemic stress and inflammation, but they are in addition to, not in place of, a goal oriented nutrition plan, smart training, and sleep hygiene. They help optimize the environment for all of those other efforts to pay off. Learning how to build a lifestyle that minimizes unnecessary stress and maximizes recovery is central to the Eat Well, Move Well nutrition program. This 9-week program teaches you the framework to eat and live in a way that supports high performance without burnout. You'll learn how to align your nutrition with your stress levels and create sustainable habits and use tools, including strategic supplementation, to thrive in the long term. New groups start every single Monday. Click the link in the description box to build a resilient foundation to manage your lifestyle as an adult athlete. So, to recap, adaptogens like ashwagandha and rhodiola help modulate the body's stress response. They can lower cortisol, improve sleep and recovery, enhance strength adaptations, and fight mental fatigue, which makes them a potent tool for the modern adult athlete. Now it's your turn. Have you ever tried an adaptogen? What was your experience? Comment below. What is your current biggest stress and recovery challenge right now? Do you find that work most gets in the way? Sleep is something that you struggle with, or your training either is consistent or it isn't at an intensity level that you can either stick with, or it's not intense enough for you to adapt to? If this introduced you to a new performance layer, please like, subscribe for more, and share this with someone who needs it. Thank you so much for watching. Now go eat well, move well, and manage your stress. See you in the next video.